It's 7 p.m. It means that our festival continues and at the same time it is going to end. Hello to everyone. Here is Guzel Kostina and Sergey Kostina. Good evening. This is the last day of our festival. Today we gotta say goodbye to you. Today we will have a fabulous author, meanwhile, the author of Beautiful Dolls, as she called her blog. She does everything of high quality. So here she comes, Natalia Zatinatskaya. Hello, dear friends. Glad to meet you on the last day of our first International Online Art Festival. First of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to organizers of such a wonderful event, to Guzel and Sergey Kostina. Thank you for your invitation to make an address. I watched all performances by other authors with a great pleasure. They are, and I'm not going to object it, the best respectable masters in our handicraft world. I'm so pleased to be among such wonderful authors. Thanks to Sergey, we have a possibility to gather every day, to know each other, to share our experience and handicraft works. I'd like to say thank you, Sergey, Guzel, Ilya and Tatiana, for the job of excellent quality. It was a great pleasure to collaborate with you. Thank you very much. And of course, I'd like to say thank you to you, my dear friends, mothers, grandmothers, young women, men, if you are here, for your presence, support and a friendly feedback, and for you to like something I create by my hands. And the most important thing, I'd like to say thanks for your desire to develop, to move forward and study to create a beauty by your hands. In fact, you study from us. Thank you. As Guzel and Sergey have told you already, I'm Natalia Zatinatskaya. I'm master designer of signature textile dolls and toys. I've been making signature dolls since 2011, so it's almost 5 years. Today it's my debut. In fact, this is my third address because I organized 2 online meetings in spring this year. But this is the first time I make an address during that kind of festival. A topic of my today's speech is So Beautiful Toys, Tricks, Secrets and Particularities of Creation of Toys from Fur, Microfiber and Fleece. Today you'll see my crafts, my works and achievements. You will learn 10 reasons why you should start to sew toys from fleece and fur microfiber. I mean, why I've chosen this direction. Also, I disclose you 8 secrets of sewing toys from that fabrics. Someone who'd like to create beautiful works of high quality, to know about many years of my own experience and knowledge, and to prepare in advance original, gorgeous presents for the new year. In the end, I'll tell you about my new full-sized video tutorial. You will not see anything like that anywhere else. Let me tell you about myself. As I've told you already, I've been creating dolls and toys since 2011. But it is not my main job. I've been working on the television for more than 7 years. I started on the channel DTV, Perets TV, then STS and Domashny. In 2010, I received a very good proposal from NTV. I accepted it. And for more than 5 years I've been collaborating with them. I'm an analyst. I create presentations the same kind you've seen during our festival. Also, I'm a professional photographer. There is a very special toy among my crafts, my very first toy, which opened to me a magical, incredible handicraft world. Thanks to that toy, I found my destination. This is a flying cat. It was created like a tilde cat. Actually, my husband motivated me to create these toys. There was a whole story. In January of 2011, we were walking in the center of Moscow, and we came to the shop of handicraft works. There, he admired a couple of textile cats. She'd like to buy them. I answered I could do them by myself. So, he said, okay, welcome. We went to another shop to buy materials. The same evening I made this cat. And I searched patterns in the internet. I frequently saw a name Tilda. After I made a cat, I started to search some information about Tilda dolls. For some days I got lost for other aspects of my life. Textile dolls Tilda and other authors' works seemed to me something really cool, and I'd like to study. At the same time I understood I absolutely couldn't sew. There were many things I should learn. Also, I thought that my cat was not as successful as I supposed to be, from the choice of materials till assembling. By the way, the title Beautiful Toys was chosen not for nothing. I have a blog under the same name. I've been keeping it for more than 5 years. I published my work there, articles. My new website exists under the same name. I created it this year. My first works were far away from the ideal, but I practiced a lot. For some hours every day I was sewing. I couldn't achieve immediately good results. It just seems at first sight it's so easy to create beautiful toys. But in reality it is a serious work. There were no qualitative tutorials back that time. I needed to practice myself to gather all knowledge I have, tricks, know-hows, and I learned by my own mistakes. Meanwhile, in 5 years, I created more than 700 works, which are in private collections all over the world and even in space. In the end of 2011, I started to create my first signature toys. Then I experimented with my patterns and images. As you see, here is a cat, one of my recent works. I'm so proud of it. There are several techniques in it. The main material is fur microfiber. I'll tell you about it later. A snout is made from the wool for felting. Its upper paws are bent. Its accessory is made from beads and a microphone from polymer clay. I created them all by myself. I'd like to mention I modeled a snout from wool for felting by Tatiana Barakova tutorial Hippo, which I bought during our spring festival. When I watched her wonderful video tutorial, I got her recommendations how to felt a toy from the wool. I could make this wonderful snout for my job. The majority of my works, about 80%, I created in that period. I symbol of years. My first signature doll I created in 2011. It was a dragon, a symbol of 2012. I published a free photo workshop. It got a huge success. In autumn of 2012, I presented my new work, a snake, the symbol of 2013. It was difficult to explain what's going on in the internet, but these snakes got not only a success, it was something unreal, like obsession by snakes. I'd like to say that from all symbols of the new year, mostly I made snakes. I had a huge amount of orders from ordinary people and from companies, corporate orders for VIP clients. The largest order I've got was from the Russian Federation government. It was a great honor and responsibility to create my souvenirs for them. By the way, there was a tender. They had to choose between my works and works by Oksana Yermolnik. And my snakes became winners. I made them not alone. I had a helper. She sewed and stuffed snakes, but I personally assembled all details, embroidered a snout and created a decor. Generally, I always make these kind of works, snouts, forming and accessories, by myself. Also, I want to show you a snake which was created as a gift for astronauts. That time they were in space. Now that craft is in space. 2014 was the year of horses. Anna Kashnikova, a cinema and theater actress, participated in their creation. In 2013, she asked me with a proposal about collaboration. During our meeting, she showed me her drawings she made when she was a kid for her granny and granddad. Under the impression from her meeting, I came home and I drew a pattern and the very first sampler. And this is how all horses appeared and our collaboration and friendship had started. We created many horses and different images. We created them also in the form of corporative presents. Usually these kind of works are in corporative colors and with a logo. I consider all desires of customers, make a first sampler, and is everything's alright, I create all other works. Thanks to Anna, I met several respected fashion and accessory designers of our country. For example, Rav Sardarov. By the way, a horse on the screen is in his collection. Our photos with Anna you can see on the page of the magazine Secrets of Women and on the main page of livemaster.ru. I'd like to say that my works are on the main page quite often. Pay attention, there are even two our works, Sailor Horses and Anna herself in a t-shirt with horses. We created not only toys but also a line of t-shirts, aprons, sweatshirts, mugs, watches, iPhone holders with pictures of our toys. I draw all horses and a graphic designer made all sketches. That was an interesting and exciting project. This year, 2015, the year of sheep gods. I created many different toys after that year. In the end of 2014, I took part in a competition. The best New Year's souvenir for 1 million people by the largest news media portal Ad-Index, with a composition of 3 works, a sheep, a top and a god. And I took the second prize. I took part in 8 other competitions since 2011 and I got medal prizes. In a whole, I created 8 different images of these animals. I like that photo a lot. 5 funny, cute, curly sheep are sitting. One of them was on the banner on livemaster.ru last year. This curly beauty is in fact in New York, in collection of the producer of Sex and the City. I created 2 other jobs. On the left side there is a sheep in the form of a pillow, on the right a top in the form of a neck cushion. I have a tutorial how to make it. Here you can see the whole flock of sheep ready to dispatch. That was a cooperative order for my aesthetic customers. And finally we will speak about monkeys, the symbol of 2016. Since spring, I've got many letters from girls who asked me whether I'm going to make monkeys, whether a workshop going to appear or not, and when exactly. Thanks to that great interest to my crafts, I decided to make not 1, but 4 monkeys. I made them different, with their own character, particularities, for you to choose the one you like most. Also, I want to tell you about my achievements in organizing courses. In 5 years, I created more than 120 signature patterns. I wrote more than 50 tutorials. I wrote 7 books in PDF, photo workshops and patterns about creation: a horse, sheep, tub, a goat, a bunny and an elk. I show you some of my students' crafts. They created them by my photo workshops. Now there are photos of my favorite students, Irina Yeremchuk. She has all my tutorials. You can see as well a fascinating sheep by Eugenia Galinskaya and a charming sheep by Natalia Zatinatskaya. She successfully sold them last year. This year I made video tutorials about creation of 4 toy cushions: a numerous cat Marquise, a pig Hru, a cow Moo, a sheep Sonia, and a tutorial about 4 monkeys. This summer I gave my first online tutorial about making 4 toy cushions. In 1 month and a half, my students learned to make them. Practically all my students passed that course successfully. Each of them created works of high quality. Another fabulous creature by Regina Lapkova. Regina sent me her photos of her craft some days ago. The latest achievement I'd like to share with you is that next year my very first book, So Beautiful Toys Cushions, 35 Original Ideas, will be in stores. On Monday, I signed a contract with publishing house. I hope you like it and you will sew these toys for yourself and for your children. Next topic of my today's discussion is 10 reasons why you should start to sew toys from fleece and fur microfiber. Reason 1. A good price for fabrics. To compare, a cut of fur microfiber of 35-50 centimeters costs only 150 rubles, fleece even cheaper. But a piece of viscose of the same size is going to be much more expensive and more hair as well. Reason number 2. Simple patterns. As far as the fabric has a tricot basis, so when we sew details, it's like we model a toy from a modeling clay. A material has its own plasticity. All patterns are made considering all these particularities, and they are simple. Reason number 3. It is a pleasure to hold in hands all toys from fleece and fur microfiber. They are pleasant to touch. Toys are soft and silky, I mean fur microfiber. You want to take toys in hands again and again. Reason 4. Edges of fabric are not frayed. For someone who sews a lot, it's a real advantage. In my experience, when I work with a fur, I got a horrible allergy. Since that time, I use fabrics which aren't frayed. Reason 5. Stitches and seams are practically invisible. It is extremely important when you sew details in hands or sew apertures. All seams are covered due to the structure and velocity of a fabric. Reason 6. You don't need to iron a fabric. If a fabric is rumpled, run over the whole surface by an iron, not touching the fabric by the stream. Reason 7. Any synthetic stuff material will be suitable. The technology we apply when we stuff a toy plays a role, not a stuff material we use. It depends a lot from the fact what detail we stuff, what type of a toy we make. The only exception is a polyester fiber. I don't recommend you to use it, especially a polyester fiber produced by glue mixing process. It is dangerous for people because a latex glue is used in this process. Mostly a polyester fiber, sometimes hollow fiber and filter fiber too, are produced from recyclable materials, plastic bottles, plastic bags, and so on. They are cheap. That is why it is so important to choose and buy stuff material of high quality for your toys. Reason number 8, the most actual one, I suppose, among beginners. Toys don't have cellulite. It has happened due to the structure of a fabric. It's thick and tough. Meanwhile, you should know some particularities about stuffing a toy from the fabric. So, what about the reason number 9? It is for someone who is afraid of painting. You don't need to be an artist to paint and be able to draw. In my new tutorial, I explain in details how to make a toning by pastel. You'll do it from the first time. And the reason number 10 is fleece and fur microfiber give never-ending possibilities to create your own signature works. These materials could be combined with many other materials and techniques. So, what is that? Fleece and fur microfiber. Fleece. This is how earlier in English people called cut wool of a sheep or a goat without any further treatment. It is warm and fuzzy, like a wool of sheep and goats. It was invented in 1979 by American company Maiden Mills. That time it was called polar fleece. A firm had the target to make life easier for amateurs of active rest. A material supposed to be light, water resistant, and blue. Fleece was the result of all these experiments. Fleece is a synthetic knitted fabric, consists of polyester fiber or polyester microfiber, synthetic analog of the wool. As for microfiber, it is, as well as fleece, a synthetic tricot fabric, consists of nylon fibers, polyester, and other polymers. It has the same characteristics as well as fleece. Its particularity is that its hairy surface is silky. These fabrics have a lot of advantages that allow to create not only clothes and means of active lifestyle, but to sew toys from them. As any other fabrics, they have disadvantages as well. They are inflammable if they don't have a required treatment. Also, they are easy to electrify and absorb dust. When you choose a fabric for your toy, pay attention to these characteristics. Fleece for toys should have a fairy surface. It could be from one side or from two sides. The second is its weight and density of fabric. Fleece with high density, 220 grams for 1 square meter and more, allows to create toys with correct proportions. The fleece with low density, 100 grams for 1 square meter, makes them shapeless. Sometimes saleswomen don't know what is the weight density of a fabric. So what are you supposed to do? How to understand whether the material is suitable for toys? As I've told you, the fabric should be 2-4 millimeters thick, depending on the hair. There is another way to choose a perfect fabric for a toy. You need to take a fabric and stretch it in opposite directions, perpendicular to the fabric selvage. After we let it go, look. If it didn't lose its shape and there are no traces of stretching, so fleece or microfiber are suitable for us. The next part of my lecture is 8 secrets of toy sewing from fleece and fur microfiber. First, you should put all patterns and cutout details taken into account, lengthwise thread and pile direction. As I've told you already, fleece and fur microfiber are tricot fabrics, and they stretch differently along the fabric selvage and perpendicular to it. So, The result depends strongly from the fact how we place all patterns on our fabrics. To avoid an foreseen result, it is important to follow some rules and details cut out. Call an order of stitches of a traced fabric vertically, a lengthwise thread, and horizontally, filler thread. Cotton fabrics and others are in general lengthwise threads and filler threads which are mutually interweaved. That's why frequently you can see a line with arrows on patterns. These arrows show us a direction of lengthwise thread. It is very important to follow and to make a pattern according to that line. If there is no fabric selvage on your piece of fabric, you should stretch it in different directions to understand the direction of a lengthwise thread. If in one direction the fabric stretches tough, so a lengthwise will be there. As for the pile direction, a details cut out, it should be down, but in any case, if there are mating parts, a pile direction should be identical. The second nuance is that before sewing, you should fix details by pins or by basting stitches. If you don't do it, details will be shifted. A toy will lose its original form. Actually, to create a qualitative and accurate toy, any little thing has a meaning. That's why, if we sew details, we fix it along the line of a future seams by pins. The more frequent, the better. Use pins from quench steel of high quality. The third secret is using only synthetic threads, 100% polyester fiber. Cotton threads aren't suitable. Secret number 4. Use sewing needles for knitted fabric with markings juicy or stretch when you sew details on a sewing machine. Their particularity is, in fact, that they have a round-shaped end which will not damage a fabric. It is like pushing all threads inside. Also, a special chamfer on the tip of a needle, a special groove on its bar, and the form of a needle's eye help to avoid bad damaged stitches. Secret number 5. Install the length of machine stitch on a step size 3 or 3.5. As far as all fabrics are thick, that meaning will be optimal. A length of a machine stitch will be less on fleece. Secret number 6. Sew details on slow or middle speed. First, it allows us to make a stitch line straight, especially in places of curves. And second, its length will be longer than if we do it on a fast speed. The secret 7 concerns about sewing details as well. You should help to sewing machine by your hands when you sew. It is important. And the last but not least, the secret number 8. Cut allowances to seams by pinking shear zigzag. We do it not to make creases when we later stuff all details, because despite the fact our fabric is elastic, it is thick as well. I remind you, it's 92 days till New Year. Have you already decided what to present to yourself, your relatives and friends? And remember, it is always better to give and receive handmade presents. And I'd like to offer you my new full-sized video tutorial. Following it, you could create 4 charming monkeys, symbols of 2016. We will pass together all steps. Since the correct choice of materials and tools till 4 well done monkeys. We create monkeys Marusia, Marty, Tommy and Oliver. A video tutorial consists of 33 video lessons. The whole duration is 10 hours. It is filmed in HD quality. It was created on 2 languages, Russian, subtitles and sound, and English, subtitles. I made that course so long because I want to give you the whole information I gathered in all these years. I try to explain as maximal as it possible how to sew toys from fur, microfiber or fleece. I give you only the clue moments. I combine them the way you have the whole picture how you're supposed to create these works. The team of professionals worked with English version. We've done everything possible for our foreigner customers to make them everything clear and to help them to create such wonderful toys by themselves. When I created this tutorial, I considered all my 5 years of experience in teaching. Remind you, I created more than 50 tutorial materials. I passed courses by Sergey Kostina about how to create all tutorials correctly. I passed courses by Dmitry Lantz. Also, my experience of working on TV helped me as well. That course will be a great help for everyone who wants to sew toys from these fabrics. It is suitable even for someone who didn't sew toys. I'm absolutely sure after you watch that tutorial, your works will get high quality. Experienced masters will find there are many interesting tricks. To make it comfortable for you, that tutorial is divided in separate lessons. Each video equals a process. The majority of all lessons are shown on Monkey Marusia because all other works are more or less the same. But in cases when other monkeys have their own particularities, I give separate lessons. I comment all my steps and clarify everything. All processes are shot closely. Our important moments are additionally approached. Videos are adapted to any device you have. They will open only after you download them first and activate using a password. I explain you in details what that course includes. First, we will study patterns and prepare materials and tools. You'll see what patterns you need to create for monkeys, what details you can change and combine to create your own original works, how to choose correctly fleece and fur microfiber staff materials, eyes, splints, discs, paints, and so on. You will learn something new and interesting about tools which will make your creative process pleasant and comfortable. Part 2. We cut out all details. You will learn in this part how to cut out all details for all monkeys. You'll study how to define a lengthwise thread on fleece and fur microfiber and the pile direction, and you'll see why it is important. You will learn to work with dark and light fabric, and you will see how to cut out straight and identical details. Part 3. Sewing details. We will learn how to easily sew all details to make all stitch lines straight. I disclose you the way to sew such a difficult detail as a hand. I'll give exact order how to sew all details together and to what you should pay attention to. In the part number 4, we will stuff details. We will stuff them without any holes and empties. And you will understand how to make ideal seams and details with curves when you stuff them. You'll see what kind of stuff material it is better to use to details and how to make different shapes of a head using only a stuff material. I'll say you in advance some main mistakes and difficulties at stuffing a head. We will choose correctly discs for details from fleece and fur microfiber and show you how to input splints and stuff a detail with them. Part 5. Sew apertures. You'll learn some simple tricks to sew apertures on all details as much invisible as possible. We will make beautiful fingers for toys. We will prepare ears, a tail and some other details for further works. Part 6. A snout. You will learn about 3 main types of snout modeling. We will sew eyes on loops and beads eyes correctly. We will fix eyelashes correctly to make them separate from each other. You will learn to make an expressive and alive snout by pastel and particularities of toning on fleece and fur microfiber. Part 7. Gather all details together. You will learn 3 ways of fastening details to the body. You will learn all particularities and nuances to fasten all details on splint and buttons. You will learn to identify correctly points on fixing all details. I'll show you how to fix a head correctly and fix it tight on a neck. You will learn to connect lower paws to make them straight, and how to sew a head, ears and the tail and all other small details. Additionally, an electronic book is attached to the tutorial. It is called Patterns, Materials and Tools. It is in PDF, in Russian and in English. It includes patterns for all 4 monkeys adapted to print and natural size, lists of materials and tools, photo of toys in process, schemes of forming toys snout. It contains as well all my contacts to ask questions to me anytime you want. The price of the tutorial is $91 or 81 euros. But only for 3 days this tutorial will be available for $45 or 40 euros. This is the end of my lecture. Thanks a lot for spending this evening with me, for your support. I say you goodbye. I wish you a good luck in your craft. See you very soon. Thank you very much for that performance, a wonderful lecture, wonderful speech. Thank you, Natalia. Now, as usual, I explain you how to pay. That is a window of a broadcast. This is a banner buy now. Push the button. Here comes the description of the tutorial with photos, monkeys. You can see the price and the banner buy now. Push the banner and now you are on a page of sales. You can choose either a PayPal or your card. After we get a payment, you will receive a link on your email address to download the tutorial. So, thanks a lot for being with us all these days. We'll see you soon. We wish you a huge success in your handicraft and never-ending inspiration and new crafts after our festival. And send us pictures. It is always a pleasure to get pictures of your crafts. Good luck. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.